What's up, Facebook and YouTube? This is JQ coming from Houston, Texas, and today we have this '02 Honda Shadow, and we have installed some LED lights on it, as you can see. How did I get this done? Well, that's what I'm here to tell you. So first things first, you see these two bolts here? These two hold this box right here, and that box is actually connected with this. So this whole ring around here is just connected together by those two bolts. Now, as we go down here, I'm sorry I haven't had a chance to wash my bike, but we will look under here. If you can see right there, let's see if I can focus some. You have a bolt, you have a nut right there, and then if you look on the other side, you have another nut right in there. And that is what's holding this bracket in place, this bracket here. Now once we disconnect that, we will have to, or once we unbolt it, we will have to take this completely down, and I can get it to where it's just hanging here, so I can actually play with it, and it'll be a lot easier for me to access to it. So let's go ahead and get that done, and we'll see what we got here in a minute. Alright, so here we are, and I broke loose these nuts. I got one here, and I wish I did have a GoPro, but and I could have gotten that attached to my head, but I ended up overdoing the battery, and I gotta replace the battery on it. So I'm actually doing this with my phone, so if it goes out of focus, I apologize. Okay, so here's the nuts. They're 10mm nuts, and if you're like me, you carry your own tool bag, and basically everything here is exactly what this bike needs, unless it's a bigger job, then I got the tool for it. But here is my 10mm, and that broke that loose, and from there this baby just pops right out. And once you get that popped out, you can see I have quite a few things that need to come out of my bracket. I have that, and I have my wiring, which is right there. Sorry about that, guys. Alright, so now I got it hanging right here. Now that I have it hanging right here, it's easier for me to break this loose, so I can free up this box, so I can put it out of my way, and then I can go in to the back. So that's what we're going to do next. Alright, so I gotten this broken loose, and I got the other one out already. And now it just dawned on me that not everybody's probably gonna be the same, but maybe it's close enough to it. So I guess the first thing you want to try out is that when you do this, you're gonna go off and you gotta examine your parts. Excuse me for the camera. And find out what exactly is going on with your parts. I mean, you gotta get to know your bike, you know? You gotta get in there. If you're mechanically inclined, it'll probably be easier for you. If you're not, take your time. Just understand that when you do take your time, if it takes longer than what expected, you may be without a bike for a while until you can finish the job. But do not quit on it. Alright, so next thing here that I have to free up will be the speedometer cable. Now, honestly, these speedometer cables do not go on tight, so thought I had a better one here, but this should work. They're very sorry guys. So we're gonna free this up, and once we free that up, that should come out, and then we just have a few more things to take care of. Alright, I'm back. Now y'all bear with me, because I'm trying to do this in matter of you know, segments, but that's the speedo cable, and that it's out. Okay, now we got the back of this housing, and I got two Phillips right here, and those are about to come out, and then once that comes out, this whole housing comes right out. So we'll be doing that next. Alright, I got these out, and now this one just pops right out just like so. So what we're gonna do next is we're gonna disconnect this one right here, and then we're gonna go from there. Alright, now that we got all that disconnected, the original light would have had two wires going in there. These two wires, I know I had them. Alright, here. So this was originally in there. You had a brown and white and green. Brown, white, and green. So for those who are, you know, not able to do the best, I went to O'Reilly's, O'Reilly's, and got this Ultra Bright Flex strip lights, which is basically, excuse the mess, my pad. These right here. Now these, you're able to cut any size, resolder, and put together, knowing which side is your positive, which side is your negative. And if you don't know, well then you should know by the color of the wire. You'll see one that has black and white stripes, and you'll see another one that has just black wire. So you'll know that one is positive, one is negative. If you can tell, you'll see, where to go? There it is. These two dots, or actually there are four dots on each side, where it tells you to cut with scissors. Those are the points where you want to solder together. Once you've gotten it soldered together and you're able to connect it, okay, then, and those are the wires that I cut off from the original wiring. If you can't see it, it's there. You solder these two together, and I do have some shrink tubes, but I was too lazy to put them on. And then key comes on. Da-da-da-da. Excuse the lighting. And there's your LED light. Alright. Once that is done, then what you'll do is take this light, and it's up to you on how you want to do it. Now here I have a hidden cap. You can stick it in through there and make sure it doesn't hit your speedometer. Stick it on the top, and it's not that hard, it's not that easy either, but if you can figure out how to move this wire out to a side, this wire out to a side, this is your connection, and you can just stick it up there, and once it's stuck up there, you put this wire back in place, and you'll put, sorry about this guys, I'm trying to work with one hand and it's not that difficult, and then you just put your cap back on, you know, with this inside, of course. I'm about to do that here in a minute, and there you have it. Now before you do that, you want to make sure that this wiring harness it's back in its place within this bracket. Okay, so make sure that this wiring harness is going. Here I am trying to work with one hand. Inside the bracket, like so. Okay, and once it's in there, then you can connect it. Because if you don't do it that way, then you try to connect it first and then put the bracket on, it's not going to work. So basically how you took it off is how you want to put it right back in. Other than that, that's it for the LED lights, brother. And hopefully this was a good tutorial. So what I'm going to do next is install these little bad boys for my rear turn signal lights, and hopefully it looks pretty good after I'm done. Anyhow, that's that. And again, you know, if you don't feel comfortable doing it and you're not mechanically inclined, I do not advise you to do it. If you have a friend that maybe is more mechanically inclined, maybe they can help you out, and from there it's just it's a learn as you go process, you know. So don't jump into something you don't feel comfortable doing at first. And then, you know, I didn't feel comfortable doing it at first. I still don't. I'm still learning a few things, and I just realized I got more stuff to do to it. But man, I really got to clean this up. I haven't been in here in a while, so as you can tell, I got some rust building up, but that'll get cleaned off here in a minute as soon as I get off. But anyhow, well, it was good being able to be here to show you how I did this. And you know, at some point in the maybe near future, I will be showing y'all more of what I got going on over here. And if you can see here, this is my 84 bobber 750. I changed out the whole cluster, as you can tell. I still got a few things. I'm actually going to change out the speedometer. This actually here was cost me $10, I believe, on a website, and it was awesome, but I don't really like the way it sits. So I'm gonna look for either a different bracket or another speedometer, and from there we'll change that out. And a lot of the wiring I had to redo. I took a lot of the wiring out and brought it back here, as you can tell. And this is where most of my wiring is at. It looks like a total mess, but like I said, I'm still working on it. Does it turn on? Yes, it does. Ta-da! See there? Pretty cool. But I haven't had this thing started up in a while. I don't have any gas in it. Had to redo the tank. I had to reline it, and the reline is not working. I'm leaking gas anyways, so I'm looking for a new tank. So that's it, guys. We'll talk to you later. Bye. End results is here. Everything's back together. I got my lights on. It's put back on. Brackets back on there. I like it. I hope y'all did too. I hope this tutorial video helped. And you know, if you have any questions, feel free to ask. Subscribe. I don't have much videos on there, and the ones that I do, well, you know, it's just some stuff that I do. But a lot of the times I like to do nothing but videos of my bike and my projects that I have. So I hope you enjoyed it. Subscribe and stay tuned to some more videos. I mean, it's been a while since I posted a video, but eventually I will be posting more and more, especially throughout the winter season, I guess you would want to call it, or the rainy season, when I get to spend more time in the garage than out riding. Anyways, y'all stay safe, ride safe.